Chapter 159. The Christines attend a feast in Simon's house. Mary anoints the Master with a costly balm, and Judas and others rebuke her for profligacy. Jesus defends her. The rulers of the Jews employ Ananias to arrest Jesus. Ananias bribes Judas to aid him. Bar Simon, who was once a leper and was cleansed by Jesus by the sacred word, abode in Bethany. In honor of the Christine Lord, he gave a feast, and Lazarus was among the guests, and Ruth and Martha served. And as the guests reclined about the table, Mary took a cruse of rich perfume and poured it out on Jesus' head and feet. And then she knelt, and with her hair she wiped his feet. The odor of the rich perfume filled all the room. Now, Judas, always looking at the selfish side of life, exclaimed, "For shame! Why did you waste that costly perfume thus? We might have sold it for 300 pence and had the money to supply our wants and feed the poor." Now, Judas was the treasurer and carried all the money of the Christine band. And others said, "Why, Mary, what a profligate you are! You should not throw such wealth away." But Jesus said, "You men, be still. Let her alone. You know not what you say." Sorry. The poor are with you constantly. At any time you can administer to them, but I will not be with you long. And Mary knows the sadness of the coming days. She has anointed me beforehand for my burial. The gospel of the Christ will everywhere be preached, and he who tells the story of the Christ will tell about this day, and what was done by Mary at this hour will be a sweet memorial to her wherever men abide. And when the feast was over, Jesus went with Lazarus to his home. Now, in Jerusalem, the priests and Pharisees were busy with their plans to seize the Lord and take his life. The high priest called in council all the wisest men and said, "This deed must be accomplished in a secret way. He must be taken when the multitudes are not anear, else we may cause a war. The common people may stand forth in his defense and thus pollute this sacred place with human blood. And what we do, that we must do before the great day of the feast." And Ananias said, "I have a plan that will succeed. The 12 with Jesus every day go forth alone to pray, and we will find their trysting place. Then we can seize the man and bring him here without the knowledge of the multitudes. I know one of the 12, a man who worships wealth, and for a sum I think that he will lead the way to where the man is wont to pray." And then Caiaphas said, "If you will lead the way and bribe the man of whom you speak to aid in seizing Jesus in a secret place, then we will give to you 100 silver pieces for your hire." And Ananias said, "It is well." And then he went to Bethany and found the 12 at Simon's house, and calling Judas to the side, he said, "If you would care to make a sum of money for yourself, hear me. The high priest and the other rulers in Jerusalem would like to talk with Jesus when alone, that they may know about his claims. And if he proves himself to be the Christ, lo, they will stand in his defense. Now, if you will but lead the way to where your master is tomorrow night, that they may send a priest to talk with him alone, there is a sum of silver, 30 pieces, that the priest will give to you." And Judas reasoned with himself. He said, It may be well to give the Lord a chance to tell the priest about his claims when he is all alone." Verse 28, by the way, is quite important in terms of how religion judges Judas, right? Just bear that in mind. I'll read it again. Verse 28. And Judas reasoned with himself. He said, "It surely may be well to give the Lord a chance to tell the priests about his claims when he is all alone. And if the priest would do him harm, he has the power to disappear and go his way as he has done before, and 30 pieces is a goodly sum. And so he said to Ananias, I will lead the way, and by a kiss make known which person is the Lord.